In the cockpit, the instrument panel is an informative interface for pilots. For instructors, the ability to record a computer screen can be an important part of informing others through demonstration videos. Let's get to work on learning how to record and save screen demonstrations. After downloading and unzipping the capture folder, you'll see two PDF files. One is the capture script and the other is the capture guide. I'll open up the capture guide so you can see inside of that. We have the two elements. So here is the capture script on the left, the capture guide on the right. Inside the capture guide, it has the full step-by-step instructions that we'll go through here in the video. But it does show the script, which goes from the beginning where we'll capture the screen content, then we'll hit the record button and record some content, we'll pause the recording, and then we'll stop and save the content. So that's the plan, and we've got this script ready to go, and we'll go to full screen mode on that. And before we jump into that, we want to open up Camtasia. So here in Camtasia, the file is untitled. Capture file or folder, we still have the two same documents. So let's go ahead and name this Capture, save project as, and be sure to save it in your capture folder so you can track along with the demonstration. And just to give you a feel for that, now we have the Camtasia project file with the name Capture in our resources. Later when we produce the video, we'll also use the same folder to save the content to. So I'll slide this out of the way, and then we're going to click on the Record the Screen button. This will launch the control panel for recording. On the left-hand portion, you have the select area, which allows you to either use a full screen recording, or you can customize the portion of the screen that you want to be recorded. On the middle section, you have settings to activate the camera or to also activate audio for your recording, and finally the record button to begin the process. So click record and begin your screen recording. So I'm currently recording this, and so this is the capture screen content script. I'll move down a page, and we've already demonstrated the record option. And while the recording is moving along, you have the opportunity to pause the recording. Notice once you hit pause, the recording will stop, and then to resume, click the resume button and the audio will pick up again. To save the content, just click the stop button to begin that process. Now that we've stopped the recording, we can see that we have the video in our visual display. We can also scrub along the timeline to get a feel for what we captured in the sequence. We can see in our clip bin we have our recording file, the Capture T recording, and then the system audio and regular audio available in two audio tracks. In this case, we did not record, well, we did record, but there wasn't any system audio. If we had played content with audio on the computer, that would be recorded in that system audio track. And the nice thing about Camtasia is it records that separately, so you have control over that. Since there's no content there, I'm just going to remove that with selecting it and hitting delete. And now we have our file that we can edit and finish up our demonstration. And just to give you some perspective, we have the Capture Camtasia project that we started with. Then when we did the recording, we were prompted when we hit save and edit to name it and tell it where we wanted to save it. But that's the T recording, TechSmith recording. So Camtasia recording file. And that's a video file. Notice that the size is much larger on the video file than the project file. The project file is simply pointing to or contains links to other content that we're using in the file. So it stays small while we can use very large files to interact with. So that's a look at the folder structure. Now let's take a couple of quick edits just to finish this sequence out to show you the full process of recording the screen. We've captured the content. It's here in the timeline. And we'll just shorten this up. So we want to start out with our opening screen. I'm going to drag the left edge of our timeline up, and I'm going to expand this up just a little bit since we're just looking at the one track. And I'm going to bring this part of the screen. I'm just going to hover over the area we have some control over changing the size a little bit. We'll move the track 2 size down. So we've got one audio track. I'm going to move this all the way back to the left. And as I move the playhead, we can move along here. So we've got the capture screen content through the recording, the sequence where we pause the content and then save. So this is all video recording, and then that was the end of the sequence. We'll finish it up there. And now if I want to present this, I've got the audio set, I've got the opening sequence. This is the recording that I just did. I can go in and edit some of the content if I want, but let me go ahead and produce this out. And I'll use the small size file for demonstration purposes. And I don't need the Smart Player. The Smart Player is a set of video controls. I just want the video file itself. So I'm going to select the 480p size and advance to the next to tell it where I want to save it. I'm going to save it in my practice file called Capture. Click Save. And then it'll take a moment to render. You see that it's being added. There's a new folder called Capture, and inside there it's now producing the MP4 file. Once the recording is done, it'll pop into a player so we can play along that. And you can see that it goes through the content that we recorded and edited. So let me slide that off to the side. And now we can finish out. It shows you the settings of the recording that we created. And there you have the process of capturing the screen, recording the video sequence of the screen demonstration, editing the content, publishing it out, and saving it to your project folder. And this is the MP4 file that we were just showing in the play mode in the content. So there you go.